Hi, my name is Casey Bivens. I'm currently a senior at Providence Christian Academy in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I'm a very active student within and outside the classroom. I have been involved in both varsity volleyball and basketball all 4 years of high school. I am a part of National Honor Society for 3 years, a charter member of Beta Club, a student council 3 years, and have been able to serve several organizations and people for all 4 years and some. I come from a big family with 4 older sisters. My family is very close, strongly rooted in our Christian faith. I was adopted at the age of 3 from Guangzhou, China, and I do not remember much of my early life before I became a Bivens, but I believe my story definitely had God's guiding hand on it. When my older sister was younger, she had a vision that she had another sister waiting for her in China. She told my parents, and they prayed and sought God's answer for their lives. They already had 4 daughters and did not plan on having another one, but God had a different plan. As I've grown up into a young woman, my family faith and adoption story have definitely been a huge impact on who I am today. I have come to understand who I am, acknowledging the areas I may struggle with, but also knowing the talents and giftings God has called me to. Some strengths I believe I have are determination, creativity, passion, authenticity, taking lead, and I say these because I believe strongly. Determination, because I strive to get tasks done, complete, and efficiently. I want to see an end result. Creativity, because I love to plan events and bring fresh new ideas that allows everyone to be involved. Passion, because when I am given a responsibility, I will give you my 100% effort. I do not want to let anyone down and show that I can take on responsibility humbly and take care of what I need to get done. Authenticity. I tend to be straightforward and try my best to just be myself. I love Dr. Seuss's quote, "Why fit in when you were born to stand out?" I do tend to get caught up in the media today and filtered lens of life of this world, but I know at the end of the day, the real me is who everyone needs to know. I want to be able to be counted on and someone people can trust. I take lead because I know when a job must get done and accomplished, and I want everyone to be involved. I want everyone to be a part and have a fun time doing it. I allow people to take their strengths and go with it. Some weaknesses, however, I believe I have is I tend to be perfectionist, I am sensitive sometimes, I can be bossy, and I have a very strong sense of competitiveness. In my perfectionist, I tend to focus too much on the little things and the details, sometimes forgetting the bigger picture. I can sometimes put my identity in the failures I face and allow my performance to become who I am. I say sensitive because when people's negative words are spoken or there is truth I may not want to hear, I will sometimes dwell too long on the negative thoughts. I can allow words to affect my outlook on life and who I am. I tend to be bossy sometimes. I tend to be too aggressive and demanding of people when it comes to getting a task completed. I do not always remember that people have different talents than I do and like to get jobs done maybe a different way than I do. People can take a different approach to achieving a task, and that is okay. I am very competitive. Sometimes I tend to put too much focus on a certain area of life, whether sports, academics, or fun games, because I have an urge to win and not lose. I want to be the best at many things, and when I lose, I fall into the trap of believing that I am not perfect because I failed at something, but you have to fail in order to succeed. As I stated earlier, I believe passion is one of my strengths because I am willing to give 100% to a job and task at hand. Though my perfectionism, I never want to let anyone down when they have entrusted me with a task. I live very passionately in my life because I care so much. As a young adult, many people ask me what I want to be when I grow up. For the longest time, I did not know, but I always had a sense of being a lawyer. I never had a clear answer, though. However, one night, I was able to watch the movie Lion with my family, who was about a lost Indian boy who was separated from his family. Later that night, I felt God calling me to look up types of lawyers, and so I did. I came across the title Family Law, and including fighting for those who were in need of an advocate and helping resolve family issues such as adoption. I knew right then and there that I wanted to be a family lawyer. My adoption story has helped shape my desire to become a family lawyer. Being adopted at the age of 3 from China by a Caucasian family began the second chapter of my life. The first chapter is blank as I have no remembrance of my birth parents, family, or the circumstances that led to me being found wandering the streets. I learned English within 18 months. I proficiently tested into McFadden School of Excellence, a K-5 magnet school. I was one of 3 Asians to be in that school. of 300 students. My family is highly athletic, and being the youngest, I grew up on the ballparks and in the gyms all over the state of Tennessee. I played softball, volleyball, and basketball and was almost without exception the only Asian on the team. I particularly liked basketball, and my athleticism allowed me to start on every team I played for. I now have the privilege to be a part of Providence Christian Academy girls basketball team. In the United States, basketball is a sport not believed to be played by many Asian Americans. Living in a part of the country where there are few Asians and the basketball environment is highly competitive. I have had to overcome many deprecating looks, snide remarks, and pointing of the finger at me before, during, and after games. I have learned to ignore those negative and insulting comments and gestures and persevere to play the sport I love. I have come to understand that God has blessed me with athleticism and that gifts provided me a platform by which I have been able to shatter people's bias and stereotypes of Asian athletes. Providence Christian Academy was unknown by others in my community, but I have had the honor and privilege to be a part of PCA's growth as more and more people become aware of PCA and the success that my team has. I cannot be more grateful for all that God has blessed me with and the talent to be able to break people's prejudice about Asian athletes. My life's experience has strengthened my passion of desiring to help those who are less fortunate in need of an advocate. I know firsthand what it means to literally survive and persevere. I know that when I write the next chapter of my book, I will use all that I have learned to become a family lawyer. As far as making an impact on the community, I want to help those who are less fortunate. I have been able to serve on countless teams and missions providing aid and service to people who need a guiding hand. Over my high school career at Providence Christian Academy, students are required to complete 80 hours of service and volunteer work within their church or school or community. I have learned early on the importance of giving back to those who are less fortunate. I love to serve and provide assistance to any who need it because I know that people I help provide a great impact on me. The smiles and attitudes of thankfulness they have remind me that there is so much to be thankful for, even in the times when life seems to be rough. Service is an incredible way to help me keep me humble and remind myself that I cannot take anything granted in this life. Thank you.